Hey everyone, this is Ish again, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about how to raise your vibration. So we often hear about raising your vibration and raising your frequency, but what does it really mean? So everything in this world is made up of energy. So if you zoom in down to atoms, you'll find that it's mostly space and energy as well. So energy operates in a scale. So the higher up your energy, things move a lot faster. And this is also in Ayurveda called sattvic energy. And likewise, really slow energy is called tamasic energy in Ayurveda as well. And this is really inert, slow, dense energy. And then somewhere in the middle is an energy called rajasic energy, and that's more about activity and movement, so it's right in between. And we tend to resonate with certain energies within the scale. So, for example, if you were an angsty teenager or anything like me, growing up, you resonated more with the lower spectrum of energies in the tamasic energies, and you essentially view life in a lens. So you're only looking at life through that lens, and anything above your natural energy or frequency level, you'll kind of tune out. So for example, because I was in the tamasic stage in my life, I resonated with emo music, rock music, sadness, reality TV, things, shows depicting backstabbing and drama and gossip and all those things. And anytime I was, came into contact with things like positive, like happy music, or things in my yoga practice like chanting, I kind of just tuned it out. That's because that was a frequency that I was accustomed to, so I couldn't see the higher energy levels. So you might notice as well, if you have a really negative family member and you try to tell them to work out or do things like meditate, they often don't resonate with that frequency. They kind of glaze it over. So we tend to view life in a certain energy level, but the good thing about this is that you can also raise it gradually. So if an action or activity is too high up in frequency compared to you, or too low conversely, you'll kind of tune it out. But there are certain things you can do to gradually raise it, and I want to talk to you today about those things. So the first way to raise your frequency and kind of get up to those higher levels of sattvic energy is to meditate. And meditation raises your frequency in all levels. So at lower levels, if you're stuck in negativity, things like that, what meditation will do for you is it calms your mind and puts you in the observer state. And it also releases negative stuck energies like trauma, depression, things like that. So meditation, I recommend it for everyone. In the mid levels, it makes you more peaceful and calm, and then the higher levels, it doesn't really feel like anything because you're just naturally in that amazing state. The second thing to do is to listen to more positive music. So this is something I kind of glazed over as well. In my yoga teaching training, we did a lot of chants and things that called kirtan, which is devotional chanting. And that's something I was like, oh, this is like hippie crap or whatever. But I always felt really amazing right afterwards. So it definitely had an effect on raising my mood and vibration. So any kind of positive music, anything that has to do with devotion and positive, content, that's a good start. The third thing to do is gratitude. So I actually had another video talk about the benefits of gratitude. But when you're grateful and you write down things that you're grateful for, you are in a state of appreciation, and that's a really high level. So that will instantly boost your current state, no matter where you are. The third thing to do is have an appreciation box, and that's similar to what I talked about earlier. And having an appreciation box can be as simple as a shoebox or as elaborate as a treasure chest. And in this box, you're going to put images of things that you appreciate. So, what you could typically do is you have a magazine and cut out images of things that you like, or things that you're grateful for, like pictures of family members. And you'll look at this box and feel appreciation and gratitude for the things that you have in your life. So that's similar to, being grateful. Then the next thing you can do to raise your vibration is to eat sattvic foods. So foods that are higher up on that frequency scale. And these would be foods such as broccoli, spinach, blueberries, fresh ones. And one way to tell whether these foods are actually of high frequency is how you feel afterwards. So, if you eat a broccoli and you don't like it at the moment, but you feel amazing after, it's a good chance that, that would be in a high frequency. The next thing that you can do to raise your vibration is practice loving kindness. So this is a Buddhist practice of first looking at yourself and telling yourself, may I be happy, may I be free, may I be free from suffering. And then you bring that intention out to other people. So first you start with yourself, and then you can say to your closest family members, may you be happy, maybe you get that promotion at work, maybe you be free from any kind of suffering in your life, hope you're going to be happy, things like that. So you're putting that intention and loving kindness out to other people, and then you can extend it out to people in your city, strangers, coworkers, people you might not know so well, and then expand that feeling. So love is a very high vibration. So by doing this exercise, you're putting yourself in that frequency. Now, the next thing you can do is to work out or move your body. So this clears up any stagnant energy. And you'll also find that any kind of activity in general is really good for raising your vibration. Even Zen monks often do a lot of physical labor just to, in between their meditation sittings, just to move around and exercise the body. And that's a really great way. So don't neglect working out even though you're on a spiritual path, because you'll find that you'll get that clear energy and space. The next thing to do is to hang out in high vibration places. So you might notice that your mood and overall feeling changes in certain environments. So if you go in a really sketchy neighborhood with graffiti everywhere, your overall reaction is negative and you're kind of scared. Likewise, if you're in a space such as a cathedral, a library, a beach, your mood just changes. I know that when I visit a beach, after just 20 minutes of laying around in the sand, I feel instantly better. And that's something you want to cultivate. So you want to put yourself in an environment where the vibration is already high. Now, the next thing is to also hang out with high vibration people. And how you can tell that is if they have an overall happy mood and they're just laughing a lot. So laughing is a high energy, high frequency emotion. So, activity. So you want to hang out with people that laugh a lot, are really joyous, are happy, and also bring you up as well. So that's really important, and I think that's something we overlook as well. The saying, how it goes, you're the 5 people that you hang around with the most. And that's definitely true in my opinion. And then the last thing is do something creative. So anytime you can tap into your creativity, you raise your vibration. And that could be anything such as drawing, doing origami, writing a book, journaling, just different things where you can access that part of your brain where you're really creative and in the light space. So we've talked a lot about raising your vibration. And now I want to talk to you today about things you can cut out from your life, things that you need to reduce that actually lower your vibration. So the first would be social media. So a lot of times I'm guilty of this too. I'll scroll through my Instagram and different social media sites. And on those sites, there's a lot of negativity. So there's a lot of gossip, people that are pretending to look a certain way to, appeal an audience. So a lot of lower energies are usually found in social media. I know the intention was to connect with people, but if you're spending a lot of your time just scrolling through your news feed or just engaging in different debates and things like that on social media, you can definitely sense that the overall vibe actually is lowered through social media rather than raising it up. So if you do use social media, you want to make sure that you're using it for a specific intention, and that's to connect with other people. The second would be alcohol. So I'm no stranger to alcohol. I do drink beer here and there, and definitely when I was younger, I would get pretty smashed on the weekends. And the thing about alcohol, I'm not against it. I'm just saying that it lowers your vibration. So I notice that when I'm usually in a really good mood from working out, meditating, hanging out with friends, and I'm doing all these high vibration activities, I find that when I have a beer or two, my mood instantly goes down. So if you're using alcohol to have fun, I would definitely look into why you're not having fun already. And fun is an emotion you can generate without alcohol. So just think about it that way. And if you're in a really low energy state, alcohol can actually boost it up. But that's not something you want to do, because overall in the long run, alcohol actually destroys you and lowers your vibration. So alcohol is a definite killer of your vibration. So you want to make sure that you limit it. And if you are going to drink, be intentional about it. But I would highly stay away from it. The next thing is dramatic TV. So things like Jerry Springer. I mean, I love Jerry Springer because it's funny. But what you got to realize is that if you're constantly watching shows about drama and people fighting and things like that, your overall vibe goes down and you become more reactive. I find that when I'm watching reality TV and things like that, I do find that in my daily life I get more reactive to things, and I tend to gossip more when I really shouldn't. So cutting out that is a good way to keep your energy levels higher. And then also the last thing is to cut out negative people from your life. So obviously, if you're in a household with negative parents, you can't really get rid of them, but I would limit your exposure to negative people, because even if you're having a really amazing day, just in the presence of negative people, you'll find that after a while all the benefits that you had kind of just go down, because you're dragged down by the lower energies. So last word before I wrap this video up is when you are trying these higher level higher vibration practices, you will get some resistance, and that's natural, but you want to keep doing it, and then eventually over time your body will just naturally adjust to it. So these are some of my personal experiences and different ways I use to raise my vibration and energy. So if you have any other suggestions for future videos, or if there's a certain thing you do that raises your vibration, you can leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.